What's going on YouTube? This is my top 4 PK Fire deck list. I went 6-1-1 throughout the entire tournament. I went 4-0-1 in Swiss, so I came first after Swiss. And in my top 8, I beat Sky Strikers. Originally going to this event, I was actually not thinking that it was an OTS. My tournament organizer didn't, I guess, announce it. So I was just going in there blind with a theory for this deck. So that my sideboard was not really the best sideboard, but it ended up working out for me. I'm glad that some of those cards came up when they did. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get into the profile. I'll just explain the cards that are necessary, like some of the type choices I did and some of the different choices I would make in the future and this, that, and the other. So here it is. 1 Graph, 1 Seer, 3 Skarm. This is standard. Nothing really to explain there. I played 2 Farfa and 2 Libic. 2 Libic is a powerhouse, huge extender. Farfa at 2 was good. I saw it whenever I needed it. 3 is always obviously the best choice for anything going in the future. But definitely, though, Farfa would definitely be a option at 3. But Libic will always stay at 2. And then I played the Rubik, Barbar, Alec, and Cowcab. This card bounces multi-roll cards. This card negates monster effects. It came up once against Sky Strikers. I negated a Kagari effect, which then didn't give him the boost. So it was really good. And then always Barbar for games, always good as well. And then Rubik is just another name. I rarely ever went into Virgil. Into the PKs, we played the 1 Gloves, the 2 Cloaks, and the 3 Boots. I feel like that if you discard these cards off of a Nightmare Effects, you're getting more ahead. So if you were to go into like a Phoenix or a Cerberus, you can discard this card and then banish it to dump a Fog Blade. And then if you have another one of these engraved, you can banish it to then summon a PK monster, and then keep on link climbing. Same thing with Cloak. If I have more options on board to where I can start link climbing even more with Nightmares, I can just keep on adding like this to hand, discard it, and then this card just banishes just to search for Fog Blade, which is the best card in the whole deck, in my personal opinion. The obvious 3 Phoenix Rhino Warrior and the Tour Guide. Not a lot of explanation there. 3 Ghost Ogre, 3 Ash. These were my hand traps. This always got swapped out with Valor against certain matchups. Otherwise, this was the best package. I wouldn't play any more hand traps than this. And then the MVP, 3 BLS, wish that my other ones were IOC, but it's okay. 3 BLS was insane. I had 2 of these on board, and then I felt like I was winning from that point. And then I also play the Fairy Tale Snow because Fairy Tale Snow is like really, really good. Of the spells, I play double Twin Twister, 1 Rhoda, 1 Soul Charge, 1 Foolish, and 1 Monster Reborn. And I also played 3 main deck shared rides. I was expecting, once I heard the OTS qualifier was happening, that there was going to be a lot of Sky Strikers and Gokis. So I wanted to get like a lot of draw power out of this, so I switched it up from the sideboard and then started maining them. So this card was an awesome choice, especially against my top 8 match. I ended up drawing 3 cards in 1 turn, and ended up helping me win the game that way. And then for my traps, I played 1 Imperial Order, and 3 Fog Blade. This card got me there, and so did this card in my top 8 match. That's it for my main deck. I'll just automatically go off to the sideboard because the sideboard is going to be changing up a lot. Almost like I said, this OTS did not expect it to be one, so I kind of just threw a sideboard together that made sense. I played 2 Sphere Mode, 3 Valor, 2 Cherries. The targets for them, unfortunately, I forgot to write this in my deck list, so this card actually got nixed away. Unfortunately, in top 8, they told me I forgot to write it down, so I had to take it out of my deck list. But in the future, though, you would usually play this card with the Cherries. These are the cards I'm mainly sided into against certain matchups. I didn't play any Gokis. So, I mean, I guess this card didn't really matter. But I did play against Sky Striker and Magnite Invoked. So then Cherries came in handy there. And then Baylor is always good. And then Sphere Mode for Goki if it was there. I guess for the last 5 cards in my sideboard, it can be really up to you guys. Altergeist for this deck is kind of a problem. So I would definitely, for these cards, I played Hey Shrune, Waking the Dragons, and Vanity's Fiend. I actually won in my round 1 against Heroes because of this card. I just summoned it. He couldn't do anything. So, I mean, Vanity's Fiend could be an option just to throw in there at multiples. Hey Shrune, definitely. Waking the Dragons, I just thought that there would be like a lot of decks that would think that I would be citing into like a lot of back row stuff. So I cited this in just for a thought that they might set in Twin Twisters or like Heavy Storm Dusters or something. And then for the last 2 cards I played was 2 Block Kinetic Puppeteer. Me and a couple of buddies were joking around about this card. It was really just a funny thing to actually just like throw in because I didn't have all my stuff on me, believe it or not. Otherwise, I would have been playing like anti-spells, like the Kaiju package, Call by the Graves, stuff like that. Yeah, that's my sideboard. And then on to my extra deck. I ended up playing 1 Nightmare Shark, 1 Dark Rebellion Exceed Dragon, and 1 Breaksword. And then I ended up playing Beatrice, Virgil, Pilgrim, and 3 Dante. I went into every single one of these cards except for these 2, the Nightmare Shark and the Virgil. They're not really crucial. This card just wins you games if you're going in time. And then this card gets rid of problematic cards that Dante can't handle. And then if you really need to get something off the board, just pretty much anything that's just problematic, you just summon this card, and then if it dies, you get to a draw card. So that's always good as well. Played the 1 Borreload, 1 Unicorn, 1 Decode, 1 Phoenix, Cerberus, and Underclock Taker. I feel like the best card in this whole link board would be the Decode. Instead of Unicorn going into that one, I always went into the Decode more, just to get for those push for OTKs. And then also for the Widow Anchor plays as well. If it targets one of my monsters, I can distribute it off and negate and destroy it. That's if they don't use the multi-role play. But this is my deck profile. If you guys have any questions, it'll be probably in Robbie Cole's video. I'd love to hear you guys' suggestions on them. And that's it. Thanks, guys.